Good Thursday morning, and God, I thank you for the opportunity just to say, God, I thank you. I want to start this way. It is open enrollment. Please ask questions, become informed, and make the right decisions based on your insurance because it's something that's needed. But this is what I wanted to touch on today. You have your supplementary insurances. That's your long-term, your short-term, life insurances, things of that nature. Please, 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 please. And I understand times are difficult financially, but this is a need, not a want. Take the short term, the long term disability insurance so that if you end up in a situation where something in your life has changed based on your ability to go and do what you normally do, you've been covered. And if by chance you've got that and you are not where you need to be physically to go back to work, you're not put in a position where you're being forced to do something that you can't only because you're in a survival state of mind and you didn't plan for the just in case. I'm just sharing. Do what you need to do to take care of your responsibilities, even when you physically cannot. Get the supplementary insurance, long term, short term. Make sure you get that. I want to talk today. This is a political conversation, and the segues in based on everything that's going on. If you have been paying attention to Tuesday based on what the country is saying in other parts, and what they're saying, first and foremost, it's a referendum based on the administration at the top. Our president decided to say on yesterday that the Republicans did not do as well as they should have, and the Democrats did as well as they did only because he was not on the ballot. Well, physically, his name was not on the ballot, but he was on the ballot because everything that's going on right now, the voting is being done based on what we're dealing with. What I saw, and I'm giving you my opinion here, based on how New York, New Jersey, Virginia, Georgia, other states, California, what I saw was people are making decisions based on real issues. I'll explain. One thing I kept seeing and paying attention to during the election on last year, we were being sold stories of fear. And one story that was the major topic, and it still kind of plays a part, was immigration. And along with that story that's being sold is the Democrats believing in open borders. That's what the selling point is. Open borders, open borders, open borders. That's a lie. It doesn't exist. There are no open borders. It doesn't matter who's in office. Now, are there ways to maneuver around the system to kind of do things that shouldn't be done? Always. Rules are created, but they have to be adjusted based on how times move to the next phase. But there's never been an open border. There's no president that believed in open border. There's ways you go and do things in order to get citizenship in this country. And that's with any country. But you were made to believe something that was not true. Manipulation, that ugly word. And that's what was continuously being pushed. Let me try it a different way. I live here in North Florida, here in Jacksonville. You may have someone in the middle of the country, the state of Georgia, all these different places all over the country. Where I'm going, when you think about immigration, and I want you to be honest with yourself, in the areas of the country that does not border those border states, the southern border states, is it truly an issue with immigration? And if you don't want to be honest with yourself, I'm going to help you. The answer is no. It's not a real issue. But you've been made to believe that it was because the political parties ran on fear. Now, what I saw with the previous election on Tuesday, this is what the politicians were running on. Real issues. What are the real issues? Cost of living. Can't afford it. Breaking that down a little bit further, go to the grocery store. Gas prices are going up and down. You're not making the money you need to sustain the cost of living. You can make a decent living, but it's not working. The young adults can't live out on their own. Hell, let's go a little bit further than that. The young adults are needed to come home to help the older adults because it's out of hand. We're concerned about our health care. So what I saw based on the politicians, the mayoral races, all the different things that were being voted upon and how they won, they ran on real issues. They were talking to the 99%. See, the administration that's in charge right now, the Republican Party, our president, he's speaking to one group. It's not so much MAGA because, see, MAGA has been distorted from a standpoint of thinking it's one group. It's not one group. It's a situation of the top compared to the bottom. And a part of that bottom group, the majority, or better yet, the whole part of the bottom group, they're a part of this group that I'm a part of, that 99%. We are dealing with real issues. Trying to abstain, trying to survive, trying to figure out day to day, what are we going to do and how are we going to do it in order to be able to hold this together to get from point A to point B. It's not about immigration, but I'm going to continue to sell the story. I'm going to scare you into believing so that I can keep beating this into the ground. But we saw something on Tuesday night, and the American people saw it as well. All of us. Talk to me. Stop talking at me. Treat me like a person who understands what's going on. Here's an acronym. KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Layman terms. Give it to me so we all understand. And the best way I can do that, real issues. Food costs, gas costs, rent, mortgages, insurance. Talk to me about that, because that's what we need to be discussing. It's not an issue of immigration. 401k, the market is doing good now. But hell, if my money's not right, I can't invest into the market. So that doesn't affect me at this moment. So when you're selling me on the market, that's not a real issue. I'm going to end this how I started it. Open enrollment has begun. Remember the supplemental insurances, the short term and the long term. It's needed. Even if in your eyes and what you're looking at, you see, I can't afford it, figure it out. Be blessed on this Thursday, and you all have a great rest of your day.